Welcome to the Purple Party, known as Purple Nerd Channel, home for all those who geek out on all things Prince related. Sign of the Times Super Deluxe Edition was released on September 25th, 2020, peaking at number 22 on the Billboard Top 200, number 20 on iTunes, and number 2 on the R&B charts, which is unbelievably impressive, being that the project was released as an 8 CD and 1 DVD set, or a 13 LP set with 1 DVD. To promote the project, the Sign of the Times single set was made available on August 14th, limited to only 1,987 copies. Also, there was an 8-part series on the current podcast covering the recording of the original 1987 album. On this episode, I will be exploring the CD release of this set, starting off with disc number 1 and disc number 2, which are the original album fully remastered. Now then, I honestly do not care for the new mix for this set, as the horns drown out Prince's vocals, and the volume issues from the original album recording were not corrected at all. Like the school bell at the beginning of Starfish and Coffee, or the wedding chords at the beginning of If I Was Your Girlfriend, both of those samples are still insanely loud. But then again, the opposite issue is still present with The Cross, where you can't even hear the first minute of the song without turning your speakers to full blast. And then by the time the song actually kicks in to the more upbeat portion, you done blown your speakers out. Disc number 3 is a collection of the singles and B-sides from the album, including all of the remixes and edits. And it's nice to have all these songs in one place. But they suffer from the same mix as the fully remastered album that I just spoke about. Disc 4 is the beginning of what we all came to hear, the vault tracks, which starts off with I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man from 1979. Now then, it's really cool to hear Prince's creative process by getting to hear how this song first began. But this does go against the trend from the previous deluxe releases, which only offered songs that were recorded during the time period of said album, which becomes even more confusing with the next song, which is Teacher Teacher. I tell you, honey, I'm just a young girl, don't think I know it enough. Teacher, teacher. This song was recorded in 1985 for the canceled Dream Factory album and was never included on any configuration for Sign of the Times. It would actually make a better fit being included on the Around the World in a Day Deluxe Edition, which as of right now is not featuring any vault tracks. Next is All My Dreams. I'll see you tonight in all my dreams. All My Dreams was recorded with Wendy and Lisa for the Parade album, removing it from the final track list and then reconsidering including it on Dream Factory. When that album was abandoned, Prince moved the song to Crystal Ball, and the song ended up on the short list when Crystal Ball was edited down to Sign of the Times. Next is Can I Play With You? Can I stay with you? Can I play with you tonight? Prince originally recorded this song himself in 1985. In 1986, Warner Brothers was able to get in touch with Miles Davis, one of Prince's idols, for some collaborations. Prince went ahead and sent this song, as well as many others, to Miles Davis with a simple note saying, play whatever you want. At one time, the song was supposed to be included on Miles's album Tutu, but neither Prince nor Miles thought the song really fit the album at all, so it was left off the final track list. Next is Wonderful Day. Fantasies. It's a wonderful day, baby. Tonight, a big wonderful night. Prince recorded this song with Wendy and Lisa in 1986 with plans for it to be included on the Dream Factory album, but it was removed from that project prior to the entire project being canceled. Portions of the song were used as musical cues in Prince's film Under the Cherry Moon. Next is Strange Relationship original version. I just might do something right. What's a strange relationship? Now then, one of the big things that are missing from this collection is all of the Camille tracks without the Camille voice. And every time I bring up this phenomenon, the comment section explodes with people telling me that those songs do not exist. Well, if that's the case, then why do we have a Camille-led song without the Camille effect present? And I have never shied away from the fact that I'm not a big fan of the whole Camille voice. So I appreciate hearing this intriguing song without it. Aside from this version and the Camille-led version, there are 3 other unreleased variations of this song, which again did not make it onto this collection. Next is Visions. This instrumental was written and performed by Lisa Coleman. It was meant to be the opening song for Dream Factory. Next is an alternate take of the Ballad of Dorothy Parker, with some saxophone added to the song by Eric Leeds. Before we get to Witness for the Prosecution, version 1. Prince originally recorded this song in 1986 with Wendy and Lisa, with the intentions of it being another track for Dream Factory. Prince would rework this song multiple times, with another version being recorded later on in 1986, which we will get to later on this collection. Next is a live version of Power Fantastic, which the studio version would be included on the 1993 Greatest Hits collection, The Hits. Before we get to the instrumental, and that says what? This is another scrap song from Dream Factory, recorded with Wendy and Lisa. Next is Love and Sex. Not to be confused with the same song by Prince of the same name recorded in 1985. This song was recorded in 1986, with Prince adding Sheila E. to lead vocals in March of that same year, with intentions of it being added to her third Paisley Park Records album. The Sheila E. version still remains unreleased. Next is A Place in Heaven.
You want a place in heaven, maybe you're already there.
This dark, beautiful song had 3 versions recorded, which the other 2 will be featured later on in this collection. This is another song meant for Dream Factory and later Crystal Ball, before being unfortunately lost to the vault. Next is Colors. This instrumental was written and performed by Wendy Melvoin and was meant for Dream Factory. And I know that I am and will be talking a lot about the album Dream Factory. But for better details on that canceled project, I will have a link to the video that I made about that album at the end of this video. Next, we have a shortened version of the song Crystal Ball, with the 10-minute version being included on the bootleg collection of the same name, released in 1998. There is also a 15-minute plus version of this song that still remains unreleased. Next up is Big Tall Wall version 1. Version 1 of this song was meant to be on the album Dream Factory, and rumored to be about Susanna Melvoin. We will get the drastically different version 2 later on in this collection. Next is A Place in Heaven backwards. And I mean that seriously, it's the song just played backwards. And after that weird experiment, we close out disc 4 with In a Large Room with No Light.
Did you ever feel that life is like looking for a penny in a large room with no light?
This was a legendary bootleg that floated around for years. The song was recorded in 1986 with Wendy and Lisa, as well as Sheila E. and her band. Prince was notorious for playing this song live at his shows in the late 2000s. And now we're on to disc 5, which is more vault tracks, which opens up with the song Train.
I just don't know what to say. There's a train that's leaving in the morning.
This song is a ultra inventive musical presentation. Prince recorded the song in 1986 and actually reworked the song multiple times, before adding Mavis Staples to lead vocals and including the song on her Paisley Park Records album Time Waits for No One in 1988. Next is the instrumental It Ain't Over Till the Fat Lady Sings, which is then followed up with the song Eggplant. Although recorded in 1986, this catchy tune was reworked by Prince multiple times before it unfortunately found its final home in the vault. Next is Everybody Want What They Don't Got.
Everybody want what they don't got. People always want what they should not.
A title that will make every literature teacher cringe. This song was meant for Dream Factory, although the song is really short with what I would consider an incomplete feel to it. But this is the only existing version of this song. Next is the narrated groove known as Blanche.
So hard to snag. I'm concerned. Yo, ruby red jag. Bang.
This funky jam tells the story of Blanche and Stanley, which are actually the names of the lead characters from the classic film A Streetcar Named Desire. Although recorded during the Dream Factory recording sessions, this song doesn't appear on that album's track list, or Crystal Balls, or Sign of the Times. Next is Soul Psychodelicide. This 12-minute plus instrumental, minus Prince screaming ice cream, was taken from a 1 hour long jam session recorded in July of 1986. The song would be mentioned on the Graffiti Bridge song Joy and Repetition. Next is The Ball. The song was meant for the album Crystal Ball, but Prince would eventually rework the song into the song I Know, which was the opening track for his album Love Sexy, released in 1988. Next is Adonis and Bathsheba.
Adonis and Bathsheba in a garden of...
This epic tale of love was recorded in 1986, but oddly enough, it was not planned for any particular album, which I find baffling that this perfect piece of musicianship was created without any real purpose, finding its eternal home in the vault. Next is an alternate take of Forever in My Life, followed by a different take of Crucial with some alternative lyrics, before we get to the legendary bootleg known as the Cocoa Boys.
Can you hear it? Cocoa Boys don't like love.
The song was part of a musical that Prince was working on in 1986 called The Dawn. The narrative of this song is about a band taking on a fictional band called the Cocoa Boys for ultimate fame, which was also the main storyline for the musical The Dawn. The Dawn musical was eventually scrapped, morphing into the film Graffiti Bridge. Next is When the Dawn of the Morning Comes.
The dawn of the morning
This is another song that was intended for the musical The Dawn. Several of the musical compositions of the song would be reworked into the song Trust, included on Prince's album Batman, released in 1989. Next is version 2 of A Witness for the Prosecution.
I am a witness for the prosecution of a heinous love affair.
This is a complete reworking and reimagining of the original version of this song. Prince offered this version of the song to Deborah Allen, who passed on the song in favor of another Prince penned song, Telepathy, which would become the title track of her album released in March of 1987, sending this song to the vault with no dinner. We close out disc 5 with It Be Like That Sometimes.
Like that sometimes.
This is an amazing song for it to be just sent directly to the vault, as Prince would rework portions of this song into another unreleased song called Violet Blue as well as a song we just talked about, The Ball, which all those would be turned into the aforementioned song I Know from Lovesexy. And on to disc number 6, we open up with Emotional Pump.
Emotional pump, you are mine.
This song was offered to Joni Mitchell, who passed on the song, concerned that she could not sing the song. With her turning down the song, Prince sent this one right to the vault. Next is Rebirth of the Flesh.
Just wanna play. Rebirth of the flesh. Here today.
This was the final song from the abandoned Camille album that had not been released. After the cancellation of the Camille album, this song would resurface on Crystal Ball, but not staying when the album was converted down to Sign the Times. Next is Cosmic Day.
Every day to be hard to be. Cosmic day.
This song features a vocal touch that's at a higher pitch than anything compared to the Camille voice effect, which, as quirky as it sounds, this Alvin and the Chipmunks type performance works, making this song a bizarre masterpiece. The song was included on the album Crystal Ball, but lost its footing when Crystal Ball transitioned into Sign the Times. Next is Walking in Glory. The interesting story about this song is its classification by Prince's engineer Susan Rogers, who called it a Sunday song, as she had noticed that after Prince would record a dirty song, he would typically follow it up by recording a Sunday song as a way of practicing redemption. And what was the song that he recorded before this one? That would be Bob George. This high-octane gospel song would be reworked into the instrumental featured on the Black album, which Bob George was also included on. Next is Wally.
Dame is so fine. Check it out, Wally.
The song was originally recorded in 1983 as Billy before being reworked into Wally in 1986. The song references his bandmate and friend Wally Safford. It's rumored that Prince felt the song was too personal and sent it to the vault. Next, we begin the Bonnie Raitt offerings with I Need a Man, followed by Promise to Be True, then Jealous Girl, and finally, There's Something I Like About Being Your Fool. All 4 of these songs are demos recorded specifically for Bonnie Raitt to perform on, by dubbing in her lead vocals, all of which were turned down by Bonnie Raitt. Also, all 4 of these songs have unreleased versions of them, with 1981 recordings of the Hookers on lead vocals. The Hookers is a group that Prince would eventually morph into Vanity 6. Next is Big Tall Wall version 2.
Tall wall. Stone circle so you can't get out.
Outside the lyrics, there is nothing the same between this version and the original version. And because of that, I appreciate this version way more than version 1. As the star of the show is Prince's vocal performance, and the vocal layering is just magical. This version was recorded in 1987 and was planned to be included on the original version of Graffiti Bridge. Next is A Place in Heaven, again, but this time with Lisa Coleman on lead vocals. This is followed up by A Wonderful Day, the 12-inch mix, which is just a longer version of the same song we already talked about. And disc 6 closes with a Shep Pettibone remix of Strange Relationship. Next we have discs number 7 and 8, which is the live audio from the Live in Utrecht show from June 20th, 1987. The mix on this is pretty good, but then again, nothing great about it either, but also there's nothing terrible about it. Finally, we have the DVD, which is the New Year's Eve show at Paisley Park from 1987, which is famous for the appearance made by Miles Davis. The video quality and the audio quality for this it's decent, but nothing spectacular. After the concert on the DVD ends, we get music videos for Sign the Times, You Got the Look, and I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Please like and share this video, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. Down in the description below, you can find all the other places you can find me on social media, and I will see you on the next episode, which was originally going to be me ranking the songs from this album in a ranking video, but I have decided to postpone that video and talk about something a little more current in the Prince world. So, until the next episode, I wish you heaven. Well, looks like I got like a 2-day adventure of editing this video. Goodness gracious.